We're joined now by Dr. Kim Anderson, our crop marketing specialist. Kim, wheat harvest starting to wind down. What are you seeing in terms of prices?
Well, prices have been falling, and I think that may be because we're having a nice, big, good quality product. You look at the futures price, we've dropped about $1.20 on the cash and futures market, but it's all been in the cash and futures. The basis has remained the same, and I think that's the good news right here. You look at wheat prices go just before June 1, they were up $6.85. Down to around $5.65 right now, falling $1.20. And again, I think that's because of the big harvest.
As you look ahead, what do you think is going to happen next with wheat prices?
Well, it's hard to tell what's going to happen with wheat prices. And of course, the best predictor is today's price. And that's $5.65 in Pond Creek, about 10 cents lower out in the Panhandle, 30 cents lower down around I-40, and 35 cents down in the Altus area. But if you look at the stocks to use ratio for the U.S., for wheat, 39.4% compared to 37.5 last year, average of 40.8. So right at average this year, maybe it's a little below. You look at the world, 31.6 projected for this year, 32.2 this last year, and 33.5 on the average. So the world's a little below average. So you'd expect prices to be up around that $5.85. But remember, we talked about that range you see during harvest, $1.83. If you take that highest price we saw just before June 1 at $6.85, take the $1.83 out, you got about $5 wheat. And I think that's a good bottom. If you look at the top, your $5.67, which has been our low price, plus $1.83, gives you about $7.50. So expected $5.85, around $5.65 to $5.65 to around $7.50.
Let's switch gears now. Everybody will be looking at corn next, of course. What are you seeing in terms of corn prices this time of year?
Well, corn prices, we saw them falling. They've risen up just a little bit. They were up around $4.75. They went down to $4.40. They're up around $4.45 now. You look at those stocks to use ratios, and they indicate below average price. And your average corn price during harvest is $4.80. U.S. 14.2%. Your average is 11.5. It's 13.8 last year. You look at the world, 25.6, 25.7 last year, 24.3. So all above average. So you'd expect below average prices, and that's what we're seeing around $4.45. It might come up a little bit. If you look at a range, I'd probably put it, we could see it below 4 and we could see it above 5. But right now, because it's a long ways to harvest, but right now around $4.50.
Let's talk about soybeans now and give me some similar analysis.
Well, you've seen about the same thing at beans. You've seen a big drop in beans. We were up around 11.55, got down around 10.75, down now around 10.60. You look at the stocks to use ratio, 10.2% for next year, 8.3 last year, 7.6 average, well above average. You look at the world, 32% versus 29.1 versus 26.7, well above average. So you'd expect below average beans. I think we could see bean prices below 10, maybe 11.50 or 12, but right now you got to bet on around the 10.60 area.
And let's talk cotton now, last but not least.
Looking at cotton, go back a couple months, we were around 85 cents up in that area. That was good. We got cotton price down around 70. That's the December futures contract price. It's at 73. That gives us 69 or 70 at harvest. Look at the stocks to use ratio. The U.S. well above average, 27.5 versus 23. You look at the world, it's about average. It was average projected this year, is average last year, average the year before. So I think we could see these 70-cent cotton prices maybe up into the average, which is around 75, but if you got to put a range on it, 65 to 80.
And in terms of talking with producers, what kind of guidance are you giving them on selling their crops?
Well, especially with wheat, but I think wheat, corn, and beans, stagger it into the market. If you're selling cotton yourself, do the same, stagger it into the market or go into a pool for cotton.
Okay, lots of great information, Kim. We'll see you next week.